Hello, dear friends and colleagues. Today I want to talk to you about lessons learned at the early stages of your professional career uh, in events that maybe are the type of events that you are not very proud of at this time. Because it's happened to, I think, all of us. Uh, and this comes to mind because of something that happened to me recently, and I will share with you in this video. But some of these events that I did at the beginning of my career, and at the time I was very proud of them, and nowadays I really don't disclose them anymore. They're not part of my resume anymore, are the beauty pageants that I interpreted on TV. Of course, neither the topic or subject matter nor the type of work that I did is something that I would accept nowadays. But looking back in time, I think that that really helped me because those were some of the very first assignments that I did interpreting on TV, and I learned a lot. So the learning lessons were tremendous. I learned about the value of the screen time. I learned about timing. I learned about how you should interpret a live TV broadcast. And later in my career, that helps me a lot because now I am able to interpret big broadcasts to millions of people without getting any nervous and knowing what to do. Things like presidential debates, political conventions, sporting events, and so on. And part of it is because I learned my lesson doing these other events that I'm not very proud of. This just recently came to mind because not long ago I did an assignment outdoors in freezing temperatures. It was a press conference where I had to work on the consecutive mode, and it was so cold outside that you couldn't even take notes correctly because your hands were frozen. It was a very difficult assignment, but I got through it because in the past I had learned my lesson as to what to do when you are facing inclement weather in the work. By doing some other assignments where I could interpret consecutively outdoors for people on very inclement weather, like I said, freezing temperatures, sometimes extreme heat, and so on. And it was at the time doing these assignments that now I couldn't share with you because of their content and the conditions and so on, that I learned some of my main lessons as to how to manage my body and the times when I am working under these weather conditions. So now I know better about the value of being sheltered when you're not working, about being hydrated when it's very hot outside, about how important it is to be in a shady place, to stay in the vehicle or the trailer as long as possible so that you keep warm or you keep cool, depending on the case, and that you know how to project your voice when you're working outside and the weather is really bad, to the point that you can't even think straight because your brain is all foggy. You can't even articulate and enunciate the words because your mouth is frozen and all those things. So I learned those lessons, and for that reason I tell you now, if you're starting your career and you're doing some assignments that you're not very proud of and you think, why am I doing this? Try to get the best out of them. Think of the lessons that you are learning now and how you will be able to apply them to some other assignments in the future. So try to make the best out of it, and remember, we are always on a constant learning path. At least that is my opinion. Thank you very much.